If you had seen my trading screen a year ago, you wouldn't have said, "That's a professional day trader." You'd have said, "That guy's gambling with extra steps." My cursor was shaking over the buy button, 5-minute candlesticks flying, stop loss somewhere. Out of the way, heart pounding every time my P&L flashed red. I had a strategy on paper. But in reality, I was trading my emotions, not my edge. Most traders lose money. You hear that everywhere, but it doesn't land until you realise you're one of them. It wasn't my broker, it wasn't the market, it wasn't even my setup. The problem was the software running between my ears. I was programmed perfectly for normal life. Work harder, push more, get rewarded. And that exact programming was killing me the moment I opened TradingView. So in this video, I want to show you how I reprogrammed myself to actually be a day trader, not a screen-addicted gambler. I'll walk you through the beliefs I had to uninstall, the habits I had to build, and why the less I focused on making money, the more consistent my results became. None of this is financial advice. I'm not promising profits. Past patterns don't guarantee future returns. What I can share is the mental operating system that finally stopped me from blowing up and let me trade like a professional, one session at a time. My name is Marcus, and my original archetype was what I call the reformed gambler. When I discovered trading, it didn't feel like a skill. It felt like a shortcut. I saw screenshots of giant payouts from funded accounts, and my brain lit up like a slot machine. You're telling me I can sit at home, click buttons, and make more in a day than my job pays in a month? That was my first dopamine spike. From that moment, the market stopped being a chart and became a rescue plan. Mark Douglas talks about this in Trading in the Zone. Most traders never learn to think in probabilities. They treat each position like the one. I did exactly that. Every entry was secretly supposed to be the trade that changed my life. So I over-attached to every tick. Green. My chest opened, my breathing slowed, dopamine flooded in. Red. Instant cortisol and adrenaline. My vision narrowed, my mouse started moving faster, and my only goal became, remove this pain right now. That's how you end up in classic day trading bias traps. I hesitated on valid entries because they didn't feel perfect. I extended exits because of exit greed, moving my take profit further away as soon as price came close. I practiced stop-loss removal syndrome, dragging my stop just a little bit lower because surely support was really down there. One loss triggered revenge trading loops, double the size, half the logic. And after big green mornings, I shifted into overtrading compulsion, desperately searching for more setups until I handed everything back. Underneath all of that was a nervous system wired for survival, not probabilities. Brett Steenbarger describes trading as a performance activity. When pressure spikes, your brain flips into fight or flight. On a chart, that looks like impulsive scalps, early exits, late entries, and random position sizing. On a P&L, it looks like slow bleed, then sudden disaster. The paradox is brutal. The more you care about any single trade, the worse you trade it. The tighter you cling to your stop, the more you move it. The more screens you open, the less clearly you see. My breaking point came on a random Tuesday. I was trading Nasdaq futures. My plan said, no entries in the first 5 minutes after the open, wait for a clear trend, risk a fixed 1 hour per trade. The bell rang, price exploded upward, and my reformed gambler brain whispered, if you miss this, you're an idiot. I hit buy with double size, no confirmation, and a stop loss somewhere below the wick. Within minutes, a wall of sell orders slammed the market. My position went deep red. Instead of honouring the planned stop, I dragged it further away. Dopamine had left the building. Cortisol was in full control. I watched my P&L sink from small loss to day-ending damage. When I finally puked the trade, at the exact low of the move, 3 months of steady progress vanished in one emotional impulse. That night I stared at my journal and asked a question straight out of Trading Psychology 2. Zero Lao. If I watched a replay of my own trading today, would I trust this person with my money? The answer was obvious. No way. I wouldn't fund that trader with $100. So I made a decision. I was going to reprogram myself from gambler to risk manager. From I hope this works to I execute my edge. Here's what that process actually looked like. Step 1. make trading boring again. In The Disciplined Trader, Douglas points out that the market has no idea who you are. It doesn't care about your rent, your ego, or your dreams of freedom. Price is just price. The only thing that makes it dramatic is the meaning you project onto it. I had turned trading into this glamorous identity. I liked telling people, I'm a trader. I liked feeling special just because I had charts open. So the first reprogramming move was to strip all the magic out of it. In my head, I started repeating, I look at lines, I press a button. That's it. Support and resistance, just areas where orders cluster. Candlesticks, just information about who's in control. My brain needed to see trading as ordinary as drinking a glass of water. The less special trading felt, the easier it became to sit on my hands and wait. When the platform stops feeling like a casino, you stop needing constant action. Step 2. Redefine what work means. In normal life, work equals activity. Stay late, send more emails, grind harder, get rewarded. So when traders bring that belief to the charts, they expect to be paid for being busy. If you sit through London and New York without taking a position, it feels like you wasted the day. So you create work, scalp noise, chase fake breakouts, fire off FOMO entries just to feel productive. I flipped that belief. Work as a day trader is doing nothing 95% of the time and executing ruthlessly the other 5%. I stole this from market wizards. The best traders in Jack Schwager's interviews don't brag about constant action. They brag about sitting flat for hours and then hitting one A+ setup with size. So my new metric of a good day wasn't, did I make money? It was, did I follow my plan, even if that meant no trades? Step 3. Move my dopamine from outcome to process. As long as my brain only felt good when the P&L was green, I was doomed. So I started giving myself the dopamine hit for behaviour, not results. I kept a simple scorecard in my journal. Did I only take trades that matched my written setup? Did I respect my initial stop loss to the tick? Did I avoid adding to a losing position? Did I stop trading at my daily max loss? At the end of the day, I rated myself out of 10 on discipline, not dollars. Some days I made money but scored a 3. Those were dangerous wins. They came from luck, not edge. Other days I lost money but scored a 9. Those became my favourite days because they were proof I could act like a professional under pressure. This is the SAID principle from performance psychology, specific adaptation to imposed demands. Whatever you consistently demand from yourself, you adapt to. If you demand random gambling, you adapt into a gambler. If you demand rule following under stress, you adapt into a trader. Step 4. Turn my style into a simple system. From The Way to Trade and every mechanical trader I studied, I stole one idea. Your rules must be clear enough that someone else could execute them. So I wrote my day trading plan like a checklist. For example, for long setups on NASDAQ, context. Above the 20 and 50 EMA on the 15-minute, no major news in the next 30 minutes. Location, pull back into prior intraday level, plus confluence with VWAP band. Trigger, strong rejection candle. With wick through the level, and close back with the trend. Risk, fixed 1 hour per trade, max 3 trades a day, max 2 hour daily drawdown. If these boxes didn't light up, there was no trade, no matter how much I felt like something was coming. The system was the edge. My feelings were background noise. Paradoxically, the more mechanical I made my process, the more psychological freedom I felt. With clear rules, my brain didn't have to invent decisions on the fly, it just had to answer yes or no. Step 5. Accept randomness for real this time. Trading in the zone hammers this. Even with an edge, the outcome of any single trade is random. The distribution of wins and losses only makes sense over a series. Intellectually, I understood that. Emotionally, I still wanted every trade to work. So I zoomed out to a 100-trade mindset. My question changed from, did this trade win? To, did this trade belong in my next 100? If it followed my rules, the answer was yes, even if it lost instantly. When a clean trade hit my stop, I forced myself to say, Good. That's one step closer to seeing the edge play out. Red no longer meant you did something wrong. Green no longer meant you did something right. The only right or wrong was, did I execute the plan? Step 6. Install hard safety rails. Risk management is survival. Most traders blow up not because their idea was terrible, but because they had no brakes. So I built mechanical brakes into my day. Hard daily loss limit. When it's hit, the platform closes. No exceptions. No adding to losers. Ever. Stop losses can only move in one direction, towards break-even or profit, and only according to plan. Maximum position size predefined. No, just this once size bumps. I even set alerts on my platform. When drawdown hit a certain level, an alarm told me, stand up, breathe, and step away. That cortisol spike became a trigger for discipline instead of tilt. Slowly, the chemistry changed. The dopamine rush from a huge green candle wasn't as loud. My brain started getting tiny serotonin hits from quiet things. Flat days with perfect discipline, small losses taken exactly at the stop, shutting the platform on time. My nervous system stopped riding the roller coaster of every 1-minute bar. Over a few months, something strange happened. Trading became boring, in the best way. My heart rate stayed flat during entries and exits. A stopped-out trade felt like brushing my teeth. Necessary but not dramatic. Big winners were nice, but they didn't make me feel like a genius. I finally experienced what so many pros describe in Market Wizards. Trading as a calm, almost dull routine wrapped around a sharp, probabilistic mind. That's when I knew the reprogramming had worked. I wasn't chasing. I wasn't begging the market to fix my life. I was showing up, following rules, letting probabilities do their job. I had gone from reformed gambler to risk manager in practice, not just in my bio. If you're in that stage where every trade feels like life or death, here's my challenge to you. For the next 30 trading days, forget about, I need to make X dollars. Your only goal is to build flawless habits. Treat your plan like code. Your entries and exits are functions. Your stop loss is non-negotiable. Your daily loss limit is a firewall. Your job is not to be right. Your job is to keep the system running. Most traders won't do this. Most traders will keep tying their entire self-worth to today's P&L. Most traders will keep moving stops, revenge trading, over-leveraging, and then blaming the market. Most traders lose money. Risk management is survival. You don't have to be most traders. Reprogram what your brain celebrates. Celebrate the day you didn't trade because your setup never appeared. Celebrate the loss you took exactly where your plan said to. Celebrate closing the platform at -2R instead of trying to win it back. When discipline becomes your source of dopamine, consistency becomes inevitable. Most people will just watch another strategy video after this. The few who change will stop, write these rules down, and actually follow them in the next session. Thanks for watching. If this connected with you, replay it later with a notebook. Turn the parts that hurt the most into rules. Tape them to your monitor. And remember, your biggest edge as a day trader isn't a secret indicator. It's a nervous system that can sit in front of a live market, feel everything, and still calmly press the button